still remember the disaster in Marinduque? The talk of the history not just in the Philippines but the entire world. If you are one of those who remember this disaster or just new hearing this kind of story, please stand by and listen carefully. Marinduque is one of the quiet and nicest places to live on. The only work they do is farming and fishing, but one mining corporation entered the quiet place. The Mark Cooper Mining Corporation had started to work on mining in Marinduque. This is the subsidiary company of Placer Dome. So what is a Placer Dome? The Placer Dome is a Canadian company who has 40% of Mark Cooper Mining Corporation. That's why they manage it. Ang una nilang minina ay ang bundok ng Tapian. The strategy is open pit mining. Therefore, they powered it ground and stones with mix of chemicals. After that, they use of a pump or what they called air compressor and going to mix it with a copper. The only left in the mixture what they call is tinning o mga basura na nakakalason na chemical.
3 years ago, in 1972, they started the Mark Cooper Mining Corporation na magkalat ng toxic waste sa probinsya ng sumunod pa ng mga taong year of 1975. They threw it in a Calancan Bay in the town of Santa Cruz that the amount of toxic waste is 2.5 million ton, which is the cause of death of many fishes, species, and coral reefs. The entire sea got destroyed. It became the loss of many people na nagkaroon din sila ng mga sakit sa balat.
And San Antonio to Buwak River to store tailings or toxic waste due to protests from dumping mine tailings in Calancan Bay and constructions of tunnel. TELR gave them an environmental compliance certificate allowing them to operate for 10 years. And the storage of mine tailings will be the Tapian Pit. In Mark Cooper's concern that not all mine tailings can be restored in Tapian Pit. In 1991 to 1992, they built a dam called Magilagila Dam. When the rainy seasons came, residents of town of Bukbok noticed the leakage and the fish in Bukbok River began to die. In 1993, due to a series of heavy rains and flooding that completely destroyed the Magilagila Dam,
and its flows, the mine tailings in Magpog River that caused floods in the town of Magpog resulted deterioration of the houses and the paddy. There are more animals and 2 persons was dead because of the incident. After 3 years, on March 24, 1996, a fracture in the drainage tunnel of Mark Cooper Mining Corporation's Tapian pit spilled more than 1.6 million cubic meters of toxic mine tailings, flooding villages and poisoning the Buwak River. And there are some people died. The people in Buwak doesn't have safe sources of water. The fish was killed in the river. The agriculture was collapsed, and it's declared the Buwak River is dead.
It also caused various diseases, especially skin disease. After this disaster, the Mark Cooper Mining Corporation and Placer Dome abandoned the Marinduque. The life of people who live there are remain no justice. Marinduqueños still seek compensation for this disaster from Canadian mining giant Barrick Gold. Today, Marinduqueños also remember the many victims and the 2 children who died when an earthen dam burst in the town of Magpog. Just 3 years before the Buwak River disaster, that dam was meant to hold backtones of waste from the same copper gold mine in the mountains. The Magpog River is so heavily silted and so acidic that it is devoid of life and causes skin ailments when villagers along the river try to cross it. It is time for Barrick Gold to step up and work with the people of Marinduque and the national and local governments to finally address this legacy of irresponsible mining and heal the festering wound that is the history of mining in Marinduque.